Joining me now is the co-sponsor of that bill was Senator Rubio, Democratic Senator Tim Kaine, my home senator, and also a foreign policy expert. He serves on the Foreign Relations and Armed Services Committee. So, Senator, let me start there. I don't think we should ever be surprised necessarily by what President Trump does. But it is disappointing, even for me. I was at the State Department in 2014 during the first Russian invasion of Ukraine. When you hear comments like that from senators who have long been supporters of kind of global norms, of the protection of the territorial integrity of, say, Ukraine, I guess, again, we shouldn't be surprised. But I would just love to know what your thoughts are when you hear their responses to what Trump had to say.
Well, Jen, it's really disappointing. People aren't surprised that Donald Trump says what he says. But what our allies want to see is what the American public, through their representatives in Congress, think. I gave a speech about the 70th anniversary of NATO in Paris a number of years ago, and I was struck by the audience's reaction, which is, yeah, Donald Trump, that's, he's one guy, but is his election a deeper reflection that either Congress or the American public no longer values alliances? Mm-hmm. Alliances are most important military asset we have, our personnel, our platforms, but ultimately it's the alliances, the democracies linking arms, that is the thing that most frightens the dictators, the Russias, the Chinas, the Irans, the North Koreas. And so Donald Trump's going to say what he's going to say. But when colleagues of mine who even joined with me to make clear that no president can get out of NATO without a two-thirds vote of the Senate or an act of Congress, they joined with me for a reason. I started this effort in 2018 with John McCain, and after he passed, Senator Rubio picked up the mantle. They joined with me because they wanted to send a message that alliances are important. And when they suddenly have a front runner in the presidential race who is willing to tear up alliances, the fact that they cravenly bow to his latest utterance is disappointing. But the good news is we've got a guardrail in place now. It's not a guarantee, but it's a guardrail, and we will be able to stop him from precipitously withdrawing from NATO, stop him or anyone else who wants to do it.
It's a really important point, and that guardrail is important. We need lots of guardrails. You know very well that this bill that you co-sponsored with Senator Rubio, who just made those storytelling points, very strangely, is important. Trump could also, or anyone who wants to, they could also weaken NATO and weaken U.S. support by doing a range of things, including pulling back troops and our presence in a number of Eastern European countries. What concerns you that maybe isn't covered and we need to be mindful of?
You're right. Our bill stops a president from unilaterally withdrawing from NATO, but the president could try to redeploy troops, pull troops out, send us a budget that underfunds defense in Europe, and it ends up being on Congress's shoulders to provide the check. But we do this every year. Often presidents of both parties send us a defense bill that has things we don't like, and Congress changes it, and we send a different bill back to the president's desk, and we'll probably have to do that this year. So if a President Trump or a president, anyone in the future, were to want to reduce our support for our allies, the burden shifts over to the Article 1 branch. And it's the Article 1 branch that's the budgeting branch. And that is our most salient power here. I think that the overwhelming support for my NATO bill means that there is bipartisan support in both houses for the U.S. linking arms with allies. Yes, there are some loud pro-Trump voices, but they're not the majority. The majority here in both houses is still in support of Democratic allies of the United States linking arms. We're stronger together. But we're going to have to be diligent going forward. We can't just assume that everybody's on board with this. And after President Trump's comments over the weekends, we're going to have to work extra hard to send the right message to our allies.
Such an important point. And Senator, we're going to have you back on and talk more about Israel. I know you're obviously working on this supplemental foreign aid bill, but we had to talk about Trump's comments. It's so important for people to understand how dangerous they are. Thank you so much for joining me this evening and taking the time in a busy week for you.
Glad to, Jen. And what we're debating on the floor right now is about allies, too. Do we link arms with allies or not? My hope is the Senate's going to pass a bill in the next day or so that shows that we will.